Hey awesome ones, Heather here, and I have got to tell you that one of the best things I have ever done is grow out my naturally gray or, silver hair. And whoa, was it ever a transition and a little bit of work, but I'm going to share that with you in just a few seconds. So are you thinking of ditching the color and all those treks to the hairdresser? Or have you got that big skunk line going on and just thinking, how the heck am I going to transition from coloring my hair all the time to going naturally gray and silver? Well, those are the questions I had too, so let's start talking about the process. So if you take a look at this picture, this was me having this natural white silver streak in my hair. And I know a lot of women kind of get this natural thing kind of growing out. So I would kind of put my hair back and kind of play around with looking at the silver and say, yeah, it works with my hair color, I guess I'll go for it. The other thing you can do is just take a trek maybe to a wig place and try on some wigs with silver or gray and kind of get a feel on how you're looking. So I made the decision, I'm gonna do this, but how? And I looked up different ideas. One of them was chop off all your hair. Hey, if you know me, that wasn't going to happen. Another one was, hey, just let the silver streak come through and go for it. No, that wasn't something I was going to do either. Another idea, and a lot of the younger generation is doing this, is just dye your hair all silver and just sort of, touch up the little places where it's coming in. But that didn't appeal to me. It didn't sound like that was really healthy for my scalp or my hair. So what would it, oh, hey, you could also wear a wig, I guess, for several months as it's coming through. But my idea was, I got to go to my hairdressers. I'm not going to try this at home. And my suggestion would be, that's probably one of the best ideas. You could do all the rest of them if you want. But let me talk a little bit about that, and then I'll get into a few other things. So here I am, and about to get this shagginess all treated and cut and everything else. And I'm a few minutes early. It's always good to be early. And in a few minutes, let's see what's happening. If you have really dark, like black hair or red hair, and you've just got the little skunk coming through here, how it is a process. You're not even going to probably like it the first time it happens, because what they have to do is highlights and lowlights as well. So you're going to have the highlights and you're going to have the lowlights. So let's say you've got red hair. You may have bleached white and you may have the red. But the bleached white, because they have to put a toner on it, might end up looking a little bit yellow. So you might go, this isn't what I want. But eventually, as you go back to the colorist and you have it done more and more, it starts to fade out. And right now, I don't need a toner on my hair anymore. I'm seeing my colorist maybe once every 6 months. And the beautiful silver is really being captured here. But I'm still putting a little bit of blonde in here and matchy-matchy. Now, I'm not even finished transitioning yet. I'm going to talk a little bit about this dark hair that's coming in underneath, but we'll talk about that in a minute. But really, to get to a comfortable place where I wasn't seeing the hairdresser at all, except for maybe under here, was about 2 years. And it wasn't one of those things where it's like, whoa, 2 years of what's happening to your hair. It was so gradual that really nobody noticed it. So again, I'm just going to show you a few snippets here on what happened when I went to the hairdressers. And remember, I already had like a bleached blonde kind of hair. You might have dark hair, and with the process, I was getting highlights and really bleached hair and toner. And for you, they might have to do some bleaching, but they also might have to do what they call lowlights. Not low lives, low lives. And, you know, your hairdresser knows what that is all about. So let's take a look at me getting some of this process done here. And my lovely and wonderful colorist, she really knows what she's doing. And I would suggest that you find one that really knows what they're doing. And for me, it was a matter of bleaching, you know, as highlights. And then she would actually put a little bit of blonde color as my low lights. And she did have to put a toner over top of everything as well. So, you know, by the time I was finished, I really still looked a little bit blonde, but it was okay because, as we all know, the toner kind of washes out, and you know, it was, after a while, it would be my natural color coming through, my natural, in my case, silver coming through, and then less and less I would have to get, for me, the low lights, which were a few blonde streaks going in there. So I do have a more in-depth video on this. I'm going to put the link up there for you where it kind of gets in depth with the whole thing, but let's move on to some other steps. So it's important to note that not all of us have the same kind of perfect grow in. Now, mine was nowhere near perfect, but you might have to go a little longer. You know, I was seeing the colorist maybe every 3 months, and you might have to see yours every 2 months, or maybe it takes you 3 years. But I gotta tell you, having my silver locks, my hair is so natural, so silky. It even holds the curls better these days, but I just absolutely love it. And my maintenance now is really about once a year, well, maybe once every 8 months. And I particularly have not seen the hairdresser in about 8 months right now to show you what's going on here with the underside of my where'd that come from? With my hair. And as you, I'm just gonna look in the mirror here because I want you to see that there is the undergrowth of my hair. Now, it's really, really dark, and that will not enable me to put my hair up really in a ponytail, or, you know, having my hair up in a bun. There was a time when that was really, really popular, but right now it's just too dark. So I'm going to see her probably after this video because I really need it done. And she's going to put basically some bleach under here, and she's going to tone it. And putting my hair up kind of gives me headaches anyway, so I don't do it that often, but it's just going to be that self-confidence that I'll have knowing that it's been done. So let's just kind of hide that again. The other thing I had to adapt to is really keeping the silkiness of my hair in check, and I love these products. This, I think you pronounce it Davines, and it doesn't really lather. I don't think there's a lot of sulfates and that sort of thing in this, and the color that I use for my hair is Nunu, and it has chestnut milk in it. But I was told not to just use this. I also use the conditioner as well. I was also told that every 4 washings I should use, I don't even know what this one is called, but oh, it's called Silver. And what it is, I don't know if you can see this. I'm gonna put a little bit on my hand here. Look at that. It's purple. And what it does is it just kind of brings the sheen out in the silver and the gray hair. It's a fabulous product, and I'm not being sponsored by these guys. I really believe in this. And about every 4th washing, I'm using that. And what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to put the links underneath in the description on some of the products that I'm talking about here. Also some of the anti-frizz products that I use as well. And some of you have been, you ask a lot in the comments, hey, what mascara are you wearing? And hey, what kind of lipstick are you wearing? So I'm also going to put Heather's makeup now in the description and also in the blog for you. So yeah, you can use some of those. Enjoy. So another thing that I do to keep my hair silky, now you might think this is really, really weird. Put in the comments if you do this as well, because I'd like to know. I only wash my hair now about once a week. What? Yep. Only about once a week, and I'm finding with my natural silky hair that it's great. I mean, yeah, I gotta wash my hair, but you know, I don't need to do it every day. I don't need to do it every other day. Let know how you feel about that. But what I find is I really can maintain the silkiness of the hair now, and it's absolutely wonderful. And also let me know in the comments if you've done this too and you're growing out your hair, because I really think it's a thing now. I think, you know, being natural, and especially if you're over 50, and just saying, oh, the heck with it. I'm tired of looking at my skunk line. You know, we got to see the hairdressers every 6 weeks. How ridiculous is that? And it's a lot of money too. We got to make the jump for it, make that leap, and just go for it. I think, I'm really sure that most of you are going to find it one of the best things you've done, and you're saving money, your hair's looking better and healthier, and you're being authentically you. So let me know also in the comments how you feel about this. You know, are you ready for the transition? Did I kind of talk you into it? Now are you really kind of maybe thinking about getting off the fence? And again, everybody who's done this, let's just sort of make this a bit of a forum in the comments where people can kind of find out things. And if you've got darker hair, maybe just give us a few ideas. And if you've got more questions for me, yeah, just put them in the comments. I try to get to every single comment. Lots of nights I'm staying up for 3 or 4 hours because I just love you, my awesome ones. And the other thing is that there's somebody waiting over here, and he's got the most incredible natural color hair, and that's our little Hurricane, and he's here to remind me to talk about the future videos. So hey, have you been over to our new second channel called Awesome Over 50 Inspiration? I would really love it if you could check it out. We actually specifically went to, I mean, you make me go, yeah, right. But we specifically went to London and Paris and filmed our trip there for you. We've been to Niagara Falls. We've got some great food tips, and Bill has a video on, he's amazing at making coffee and kind of making your home into a bit of a coffee shop. And we're also including lattes and cappuccinos and oh my, so many. So really take a look at that and enjoy it. And I'm going to be looking at my closet. I'm going to start digging out some clothes from my closet, and you've probably got very similar clothes. And let's see if I can get some things together for the upcoming season. So I'm really excited about sharing that with you. And of course, the fashion and beauty is on this channel, youtube.com/awesomeover50. And, you know, I wanted to do this video on transitioning into my gray or silver hair. I'm on Instagram every single day, and I also do stories, and that's just search Awesome Over 50. And I have had an overwhelming response from people talking about transitioning from gray to silver hair. And that's why I said, geez, I got to put this on YouTube as well, because a lot of people are thinking about it. I mean, the younger generation, they're going out and they're getting their hair dyed to look like our natural color. So, you know, it's important that we think about it. So yeah, I would just say that in closing, get rid of that skunk line, you know. Keep your hair kind of natural and silky and keep it awesome.